Welcome, Habibis. Another Habibi Power Hour coming at you live. Get settled. I'm gonna finish my smoothie because I need dinner.
You didn't eat dinner.
Just give me a
Neither did
second.
I. I'm going with this. This is gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah. Mm. Delicious. Yesterday was leg
Mhm.
day, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. Mm.
Yeah, I did my 15 squats yesterday too.
On whose dick?
Yeah, right. Wait, what?
What? We'll let the Habibis get in, settle in. We got a pretty big show today. I'm decided not to go with the AirPods this evening just because I didn't want to have issues like last week. And I got a new Wi-Fi booster.
There
They
you go.
call it a mesh network, which apparently you have on different floors. So hopefully we won't run into the same issues that we did last week.
Last
Um,
week.
that was really
Just
bad.
just be truthful. You didn't pay your bill last week.
I mean, yeah,
It's COVID. Like everybody is questioning for pennies.
yeah. How you doing, by the way?
Not too bad. Not too
Yeah,
bad. Everything's going okay. I mean, despite what happened a couple days ago or yesterday,
yeah,
which was crazy.
yeah.
Luckily,
It was insane. I mean, when I saw it in Beirut, Lebanon, the explosion that happened um, at the port. I couldn't help. I mean, like I thought that was old footage. I thought that was when I initially saw it. I thought that was something that was like completely, uh, like it was either like, that movie Cloverfield.
right.
It was like that. It was like shaky, camera footage of a movie happening. That's how insane that was. And when I saw it, like it did like look like I don't know if I could immediately assume it was like a nuclear type of bomb going off or like subatomic or something like that. But it was that was otherworldly.
Oh no, right. I mean, the way that it did the mushroom cloud, and I mean, because you see those videos all the
Yeah.
time, and you see that happening from YouTube videos and videos of nuclear blasts, and that's what it looked like, and the damage it did
Yeah.
was just mind-boggling. I mean, there are blocks and blocks of buildings that are completely apartments, homes are completely destroyed. Cars are destroyed, businesses are destroyed.
And
Like,
how,
and
I mean, just that shockwave initially, it was just so insane.
or no, after 30 seconds, like that one video on the balcony, and then
Yeah.
it took 30 seconds to hit, and it looked like they were pretty far away, but it still really, really hit them hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, before we get into all of this, Jay, aka Branson, that Branson Taylor guy, Matthew Alderman, thank you for contributing. Shout out to that Branson Taylor guy who made the Super Serious Dispatch newsletter on Monday. I wonder what that was. Do you know what it was?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I must have like scrolled through it in my mentions and haven't gone through it
Yeah.
and didn't see it.
Well,
And
one thing we're gonna do throughout the show, we're just gonna have a ticker at the bottom for helping Beirut. If you guys, if you Habibis want to donate, we included some links below, different links that you could donate to. We're just gonna leave that up. And for those who are listening to this on whatever podcast app you're using, you could go to the Lebanese Red Cross, Doctors Without Borders, Impact Lebanon, as well as Save the Children. Um, and, give what you can if you can give it. Unfortunately, we're obviously in a very difficult time economically speaking. So I understand that not everybody can give however much they
right.
really want to. And I mean, the latest that we found out from Lebanon, from Beirut, was that at least 135 people have died and 5,000 more were wounded in a blast in the port of Beirut. And if you look at some of the footage, it really does look like a nuclear bomb went off. And it was such a short span of time to react from the initial explosion to the second explosion, which, if you saw, it looked like just a giant red cloud. And according to officials, the chemical behind the explosion, that was like in a giant, storage, it was over 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate. And for those who aren't familiar, it's used in farming as fertilizer. The explosion happened right next to a grain silo. And it just, I'm reading from the Wall Street Journal right now. It is normally spread as small pellets and dissolves quickly in moisture, releasing nitrogen into the soil. And then under normal conditions, it is safe. But of course, if you, I guess, introduce fire to it, it could, explode like we saw in Beirut and create a mushroom cloud. So, I mean, obviously a very sad story. We'll keep an eye on things going on there. And we'll probably touch on it more in the later segment, because some of the reaction to it was just insane. So,
right.
But anyways, let's get into our Jihad on tap. Actually, today was sort of slow. I'm not going to lie to you. Probably more news happening in the 2020 election. But let's start off with this, because Joe Biden is at it again.
Mr. Vice President, your opponent in this election, President Trump, has made your mental state a campaign topic. And when asked in June if you'd been tested for cognitive decline, you've responded that you're constantly tested in effect, because you're in situations like this on the campaign trail. But please clarify specifically, have you taken a cognitive test?
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say?
Are you a junkie?
Are you a junkie?
For ass, yes, I am.
For dick, yes, I am.
Oh, there you go.
There I go again. There goes my gay incel lib street cred. I find it amazing that Joe Biden is getting these questions about a cognitive test, has this freak out, and then nobody decides to cover it.
Zero people do. Well, it's because Maggie's too busy covering Tic-Tac instead of TikTok and Yosemites. I mean, it's amazing. She was like, and the funny thing is, right before this happened, she tweets out, if Biden gaffed like this, everybody will be on it on the same time. But nobody was on his gaffes that you saw here. And he just lied on there to his question. He said, you responded in June that you are constantly tested.
Yeah.
Are you tested? No. And then CNN goes, he clarifies. He's not clarifying. He fucking lied in June. What the fuck are you talking about? Clarifies that he's a lying politician. What is he clarifying?
So that was the one story that nobody covered, but they covered everything else. So on Wednesday, Joe Biden said he wouldn't appear in Milwaukee to accept the presidential nomination where they're going to hold the DNC, and said he's going to hold it. He's going to accept it in his basement,
where he's going to stay forever.
Where yeah. What if he wins the presidency and he just never leaves the basement?
It's not going to happen. I mean, it's the same thing that happened when he was vice president with Obama. Did he ever leave the fucking basement? No. And there's a reason for that. And this is the reason. Obama never wanted him to come
I will say, if you remember the Onion's coverage of the Obama years, they would their coverage of Obama was fine, but their coverage of Joe Biden was fucking phenomenal. They just made this guy look like he was just a complete loose cannon. And then when all those stories about Joe Biden came out about how he was basically a loose cannon with women, the Onion regretted everything that they did. And we're sorry we accurately portrayed him the way he's
the way he actually is.
Yeah. So there's that, but there's also this Professor Alan Lichtman, who, according to this report, has accurately predicted elections since 1984, said Biden would win. And Lichtman was one of the few forecasters who projected in 2016 that he would be the 45th president. And I'm sure he was laughed out of the room when he said that. So, we'll see. I mean, take everything with a grain of salt. Anything can happen. Interestingly enough, Alan Lichtman is predicting that Biden would win without knowing who his running mate is. And according to an Axios report, confidants of Joe Biden believe that either it's going to be Kamala Harris, the senator from California, or former national security advisor to President Obama, Susan Rice.
How did you say Kamala Harris?
How did I say it?
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Well, I say Kamala Harris.
I say Kamala. Is it
I wonder what's right.
Kamala?
Is it come on me? I don't know.
Come on. Come on me. Come on me. I'm surprised that that tune just came to my mind. Anyways,
no, I'm not. You're gay and so lib. It's gonna happen.
That's true. Wow, I really am a gay and so lib.
Oh.
So I mean, who do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be Kamala or Susan?
Well, when it comes to experience, name recognition, all that kind of stuff, I honestly think it's going to be Susan Rice. And he's worked with her. Yeah, he's worked with her for 8 years. All that stuff. Like, I think they have a good relationship with each other. And Susan Rice is a Democrat darling. They love her. They really do. And they would support that 100%. I mean, Kamala Harris. Yeah. Well, the only thing that they're going to hit her on is the Benghazi. And it's a huge thing for sure. But compared to Kamala Harris, she has the experience of being like a UN ambassador. She has experience of being the security advisor. She has experience of, she has a big track record and a really good one for VP and also for president when Biden dies in 2 years.
You think it's going to be 2 years?
Man, he'll be lucky to go over one.
Yeah, I honestly think that I think the first year will take him out if he gets the presidency.
Yeah, 100%.
I will say essentially he would be I would be amazed if he actually makes it past what's his name, William Henry Harrison, who lasted like what, less than around 100 days or something like that. Maybe was it 30? I need to check this up because he was the shortest living president in office, and the reason why is because he gave 31 days. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was somewhere in either 1 month or 3 months. He lasted 31 days because he died from pneumonia because he gave a 5-hour speech at his inauguration.
5 hour.
Yeah, his fucking inauguration was in March, if you could believe it, and it was snowing. And you want to know how old he was by the time he died?
How old was he? 69 years old.
Almost.
Damn it!
But he was the oldest person at the time of he was the oldest person to assume the U.S. presidency until Ronald Reagan was inaugurated. Guess how old he was?
69.
Very nice. There you go.
Nice.
I'm going to push back on this whole Susan Rice thing. I think it's going to be Kamala Harris. And the reason why is because Democrats desperately need a bench. And if they're going to try to keep the White House beyond Biden, Kamala might stand the best chance. Susan Rice, while Benghazi is a big set of baggage for her, she doesn't have many accomplishments. And I don't know if Kamala Harris has many accomplishments either, but her locking up a bunch of people should probably
is an accomplishment.
Yeah, I guess it's an accomplishment if you want to put it like that. And
right. Well, I don't see her. The reason why I don't see her like that is because people in the left and on the left, they don't like her for those reasons because of locking up people.
I know that, and she is absolutely a cop. But I think in terms of this whole abolish the police narrative and push by the progressive left, having a cop on the ticket might be enough to quell that criticism. I think it might. I don't know if it will because they've already tried to associate Joe Biden as someone who is part of the far left, which he's not. It's actually amazing that they're trying to do that. And I mean, people will buy it.
Right.
So anyways.
No, they would. They would. But Kamala Harris, I don't know.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
I just, all the ways we could butcher that name. I'm just so excited for that.
I know. I can't wait.
Can't wait. But other news that happened today, the Trump campaign rose $165 million in July, 25 million more than Joe Biden's. And while fundraising is certainly key, and oh yeah, got to get that paper, baby. How much did Hillary raise in her 2016 campaign?
Billion.
Yeah, and Trump is actually over $1.1 billion since January 2019. I don't think that, you can't buy an election.
Well, I mean, that's what showcased in 2016.
Yeah. So ultimately, as good as it is to raise that type of money for, ground game, for turning out the vote or putting out ads, hiring surrogates, you name it, ultimately it comes down to President Trump's job performance. And if he is slacking on the job, if he's fucking up, then people are going to vote his ass out. And the thing that what makes this election different from 2016 was that 2016 was an indictment. It was a referendum on Hillary Clinton.
On the Clintons.
Oh yeah, of the Clintons. It was a referendum of Hillary Clinton and the Clinton machine and just the Clinton dynasty. And 2020 is very much a referendum of Trump. So he can't really claim that he is not, like he is being, he's like a political outsider anymore because he's the fucking president. So,
right.
It's just like, 2016 was like the opportunity to try something new, which is why you saw a lot of Obama voters who voted for him in 2008 and 2012 vote for Trump in 2016 was because it was something different. What could possibly go wrong? So
do you think the narrative of COVID and everything would be different under Romney from the media? Do you think they would have been different? Honestly.
That's tough. Honestly, I think it would be similar but not worse.
Yeah, not worse.
Not worse.
It would be pretty much on the same. To me, it would be pretty much on the same level.
And the reason why I think it wouldn't be worse is because had Romney won in 2012, this would be his last year as president. If he won in 2016, assuming he got 2 terms, And when it comes to like a lame duck president, like it doesn't matter. It's not like George Bush in 2005 got so much flack for how he handled Hurricane Katrina, but like no one was calling for him to be impeached. I mean, there was just, I mean, like it was just like a different dynamic. I mean, I hated Bush. A lot of other people hated Bush, but they were just waiting on the next election. I think,
Right.
I think what you're going to see here, if Trump miraculously wins, because he's obviously very much down in the polls, and the Senate flips to Democrats, assuming that the House keeps stays with the Democrats, Trump will be removed from office. Like there's almost no question of it. They just have to they have to bring up one thing. They could impeach him for literally nothing, just like they tried to do.
Farting. They'll impeach him for farting. That's it.
They will impeach him for not endorsing Jay's ass-eating campaign.
Exactly. But honestly, to me, it's very hard to see anything different in the narrative of how people had. So let's say Romney was president through these 4 years right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a difference in the way they would say it was handled. Look,
I agree.
For example, the biggest example is how they frame Cuomo and how they frame DeSantis.
Yeah,
DeSantis is almost like 30 times better in the death rate in comparison to
Cuomo.
Death rate and cases and all that kind of stuff compared to New York.
Mm-hmm.
But we're supposed to believe that New York is a success story.
Right.
Why?
They constantly
and that Florida is failing. And DeSantis is not even that. He's not even a Trump. You know what I mean? He's not that far up in that scale. And just using that as an example, you will see that the media, no matter who the fuck it was, as long as they have an R on their name, they're going to be this way.
Oh yeah, no, I agree that they would. I mean, look what they did to Romney in 2012. They tried to crucify him by saying like that he actually gave a woman cancer. So
yeah, and the binder full of women and all that.
Binder full of women. And what about your gas? Carlos chiming in here. I hate Bush. Siraj had a brothel. Thank you, Carlos.
Shit, that's too good though. Man.
Oh my god.
God damn, that's good.
That is good. Okay, we're almost done with Jihad on tap. Just want to hit on a couple more stories. First of which, Republicans are actually aiding Kanye West's bid
right
on the 2020 ballot. A number of Republican or GOP strategists are helping him get on several state ballots for the general election. What is from the New York Times? I'm reading here that while Kim Kardashian West has kind of said he's struggling with mental illness, the strategy sort of like came out in which someone who was working for the Trump campaign delivered ballot signatures to Wisconsin election officials on behalf of the West campaign. And there are a number of other states that Kanye West is on the ballot for, all of which I wouldn't assume are going to go one way or another. I think he's been denied access to a lot of different states at the moment.
Right. Well, it's also too late.
Why do you think? Why do you think Republican operatives are pushing so hard to get Kanye West on the ballot in some of these states? Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they believe he's like a Jill Stein. Like they're going to steal votes from the Democrats and put it into Republicans.
Yeah, but that's assuming that all Democrats are still with Kanye West, which they're not. Ever since he went to the Oval Office with President Trump and praised him, saying he's my boy, like he's no, like, Democrats basically canceled him right there. I mean, he got on four states, including a crucial swing state, which is Wisconsin, just in the last few weeks. I can't.
Right.
I don't see. So Missouri, Arkansas, and Illinois are the other states.
Well, it's also about the independents. So, like, for example, if any vote swings to Trump that would have gone to Biden, or goes to Kanye West that would have gone to Biden, it helps Trump. So that's what I think that's what the strategy is. And the thing is, people acting like this is some sort of like, oh my God, this is such a bad scheme and blah, blah, blah. It's like, suck a dick, man. Politics, nobody gives a shit. In politics, they want to win. That's why they don't give a shit if Alyssa Malaho, or whatever the fuck her name is, donates millions of dollars to somebody who's in Georgia while she lives in fucking Los Angeles. Like, they don't care about that shit.
Did you just say Alyssa Malaho?
Alyssa, suck this dick, Malaho.
That's pretty good. Finally, because this is just a weird ass story. YouTube star Jake Paul's house was raided by the FBI today, apparently seizing several guns, and he was accused back in June of participating in a riot at an Arizona shopping mall. I'm just looking forward to the day that we could finally lock up Jake Paul and his brother Logan.
I don't know who these people are.
You don't know who these people? Oh, well, fuck it. We're gonna move on. Before we do, though, let's hear from some Habibis. And we're ahead of schedule, so I'm a little bit hot right now. So just give me 1 second.
Go for it. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bruce. And come the fuck on, man. What the fuck is that shit? What is that?
Oh, sorry. I just had to break out.
What the fuck is that?
I just had to break out my FA Cup champion jersey.
I remember when thinking the FA Cup was like some sort of fucking miracle win. I remember. Like, what are you on the premiership? What, 10th place?
8th.
Oh, when have you not been 7th? When have you been higher than 7th? Like, I can't even remember.
A few years ago. They've sucked the last couple of years, but you know.
Oh my god!
Feels good. It feels good to win a title.
Couple of years, bro. They've sucked since whatever the fuck his name was on there for 20 years. They've never been past
Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp.
No. Look, listen to me. Thierry Henry is a fucking god. He is fucking amazing. But he was in the wrong team.
Like, no, he wasn't. For
the history of his record life, he was on the wrong team.
He was part of the fucking Invincibles, and don't you forget it.
I won't. But how many championships? How many championships did he win? How many tries did he win?
Two Premier Leagues. Are you talking about UEFA Champions League?
Yes.
Yes, they won 0 because they got a red card to fucking Barcelona in the final in 2005.
How many?
They didn't win any UEFA Champions League.
Okay.
I'll concede that.
Thank you. And 2 premierships. Okay, that's great. Did they ever do a try? Okay,
actually, I think they won 3 premierships.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You gotta stop.
It's because I lived in the UAE, and it was between Arsenal, Liverpool, or Man United, and I picked Man United.
You should follow the Emirates, brother. I know they weren't the sponsor back when you were growing up there.
No, they weren't.
I was just gonna say though,
man, you opened your mouth pretty wide, like you could fit that whole. Oh shit! Look, Bruce is on here, man. Don't give him a boner.
Don't give him any ideas. Real quick, because we're on the subject of you being anti-Semitic Islamophobic. Just highlighting real quick because we were going to answer questions from the Habibis, and we're just going to go straight to weekly jihad. Sorry, Habibis. Fuck you.
Oh shit!
I'm just kidding. I want to talk about this one story, and then we're gonna get. I just want to share with the Habibis what happened yesterday, because it was in the midst of everything that was so crazy. This just golden moment happened, and I have to just share it for everyone, because if you are not if you're new to watching the Habibi Power Hour, which I assume most of you are not, this is just one of those very weird things. And if you were under a rock the last 24 hours, this is also like a good thing to really catch up with, because apparently I'm Jewish now. So let me take you through what happened. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and just give you an idea what happened. So this, can y'all see it? I'm trying to zoom in as much as I can.
No, we can see it.
Okay. So this guy, Angelo John Gage, which, by the way, who the fuck goes by Angelo? Really? Angelo, these nuts. All right. So he said, he attaches the video of the Beirut explosion, saying after 9/11, the two countries we should have invaded are Israel and Saudi Arabia. Okay, so that's square one. That's the first tweet. He deleted that and then posted it again by putting him on the list. Anyways, he then subtweeted me saying, "Funny how Zionist Jews run around putting people on lists so they can get Americans banned for criticizing of foreign nations and have the chutzpah to call other Nazis. LOL. Keep pushing and making your power more obvious." So then I just told everyone, I'm a Jerusalem now. That's just how it's going to be. I'm part of the tribe. Everyone was welcoming me with open arms. And of course, I think they were, all the Habibis were, flooding this guy's mentions. And then the ultimate
block,
the ultimate act of anti-Semitic-Islamophobia. Sorry, that's a mouthful.
Just like my dick in your mouth.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I'm not used to having a mouthful that big. It's been a while. So as sad as that was, with the Beirut explosion, we saw, every cloud has a silver lining, and we ended up people, me getting dunked on, and me doing some dunking as well. That's how it went. You
did get dunked on. The guy is a fucking moron.
Yeah, he's a moron, but whatever. Anyways, Carlos chiming in here saying, quote, "Sorry, Habibis, fuck you," end quote, Siraj as he presses the detonation button on his suicide vest. So we're gonna open up the floor to some Habibi comments. Let's see what well, Albie says I hate Italians now, apparently. That's not true. I had meatballs the other day, 2 of them in my mouth. And a cock as well. Oh man. Let's see. Siraj Hashmi. It's from Faye. Yeah, I mean,
I like that. That's not bad.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Fuzzy coming in here. Siraj, why does Arsenal hate Muslims? Is it because they're mean to Mesut Ozil? I think it might have to do with the fact that Mesut Ozil just doesn't fit the dynamic, and yeah, it is literally Islamophobia.
Doesn't fit the dynamic anymore. I mean, when he first arrived there, he was like the star player.
Yeah, no, I know, but like, I just think the way that they are now, there's just no. They're just paying him a lot of money.
Well, I just think you're Islamophobic, bro. I think you're just self-hating Islamophobe.
I am. There's this cognitive dissonance. I just gotta accept that Arsenal hates Muslims, and that. And you know what probably makes me a gay incel live is that I'm just used to getting effed in the A. I'm used to getting fucked in the ass by Arsenal. So, Billy Finn. Hold on, you broke up now. Are you having internet issues or is it me?
I think it's you, because I look fucking fantastic on my screen. No, you're good.
Wow.
You're good. I'm just playing. You're good.
Well, Billy Finn chimes in. We're citizens of the Siraj Habibi Autonomous Region in America. That's the Sharia.
That's the space between your balls and your asshole.
The Sharia?
No, yeah, the Siraj Habibi Autonomous Region.
Oh, that's the space. Oh my God.
Shit.
Boris joining us from the other side of the pond saying Ozil is a lazy motherfucker who until that one game a month where he's the best player in the world. It's very true. We've put a lot of soccer. We've talked a lot of soccer in this episode. And
No, we did. I mean,
yeah. And Rob Province joins us saying commie kickball sucks. You know, Rob, we love you, and we love that you love guns.
We miss you,
and we love that you have sex with guns as well. But when it comes to soccer,
he likes to send us pictures of him coming on his guns, and he's got a lot of them.
It's actually
I get boners from his gun collection.
It's actually gifs of them. It's just like an endless loop.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's get to some weekly jihad. So there's been a lot of simping for China recently. I think the first thing, and let me pull up my rundown before I forget the order. So the Washington Post published this story titled "Trump Views China's Communist Party as a Threat, Whereas Young Chinese See It as a Ticket to a Better Future." And the dateline is in China. Like, did she have a gun to her head when she wrote this story? This Anna Fifield? Is it Fifield? I think it's Fifield. We'll just say Fifield.
I think it is Commie Dick Sucker.
This is how the story goes. It's she writes the overwhelming humidity of the Chinese summer was not enough to stifle the ardor of the crowds of 20-somethings honoring Mao Zedong, the founding father of communist China. Some took fairground-style miniature trains, while others ran 3 miles through the heat to reach the giant statue of a young Mao, China's equivalent of Mount Rushmore, staring out of the Xinjiang River. And then she gets a quote from this 22-year-old university student who said, "My grandmother was so happy when she knew that I was coming to Changsha," which is where this communist Mount Rushmore is. "She told me, 'You must go visit Chairman Mao.'" Like, what the fuck is this type of bullshit? Like, it is like the
democracy dies in darkness, and it's
crazy.
In their fucking newsroom.
It's absolutely insane. Like, you would expect this shit to be coming out of a North Korean propaganda outlet, or let alone any Chinese propaganda
100%.
Essentially. So Sarah Jacobs chiming in here. Young Germans see the Nazi Party as a great opportunity for their futures. Very similar to that. You could write that headline in 1939 and say, with that exact, right. I wouldn't be surprised if that's an actual headline in the Washington Post from 1939 or the New York Times. It's insane. And the Washington Free Beacon also reported. Let me pull this up because I forgot to pull this up. The New York Times apparently scrubbed all of its ad revenue from China. Was that it? I'm trying to
something like that, or their ads themselves in their
I found the story. I found the story. The headline reads, "New York Times quietly scrubs Chinese propaganda." They deleted hundreds of advertorials that the Chinese Communist Party paid to publish on its website. And a Times spokeswoman told the Free Bacon that the move is a reflection of a decision to stop accepting ads from state-run media, saying, quote, "We made the decision at the beginning of this year," to stop accepting branded content ads from state-run media, which includes China Daily. And China Daily they've had a partnership with the Times for a while. It was a very cozy relationship between the China Daily has a very cozy relationship with the Chinese Communist Party, as well as how they've cozied up to American institutions, the NBA, Harvard University, you name it, really, Disney. In fact, I think I saw a tweet earlier today about how Disney is through, I think, their show Girl Meets World, which is like the spin-off follow-up of Boy Meets World. You remember that show?
Yeah, I do.
Did you ever watch that in UAE?
Yeah, I did. To
Yeah.
be honest, it was.
Did you get a boner every time you watched it because of Topanga?
No. Topanga.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100%.
I
sure.
didn't. I didn't because
100%.
I didn't because I was a young gay incel live. Why would I?
No, exactly. No, but it's totally insane to me that the Washington Post would post something like this and actually write a full article on it. It's like saying that the Nazi what was it? I forget the actual name of it, but the Nazi youth and saying that was good for the kids and stuff. This is fucking disgusting. It is so evil that they are simping for the nation. That is everything that they claim that Trump is.
Right.
Not anything. Is that Trump is. They claim that Trump is going to put gays in camps. Mm-hmm. That Trump is going to put women in red robes. That Trump is going to do all this kind of stuff. While China has put 1.5 million Muslims into fucking re-education camps.
Yeah.
This is a genocide level event that is happening in our fucking lifetime. 10th in mind.
And I think CNN, who you wouldn't think would report on something like that, they put out a report about how, I think somewhere close to 80 former prisoners of these re-education camps underwent sterilization. And it's just a sliver of what China has done to the Chinese Communist Party has done to these Uyghur Muslims. It's terrible.
It is. And we don't know the full extent of what's happening. And I call it re-education death camps. And the reason why I call it that is because they are going to work these people to death. They don't care about these people's lives. Yeah. They really, really don't. And we're going to sit here and say that America is the worst country and that all this kind of stuff. And we're going to have these fucks in Washington Post say that American life is worse than whatever in the world. And then come and simp for China. Yeah. It angers everyone. Yeah. And it should. It really, really should. And it showcases that these people do not care about what is right and what is wrong. Journalists do not and will not have the authority of what is moral in this world. And it showcases with the Washington Post, with them simping for China like that they are for this. And like New York Times, CNN, everyone who wants to gasp when Trump says China virus or some shit like that. Yeah,
they're how dare you?
Yeah, exactly. They're so transparent. They don't care. They don't give a shit. If I really cared and I was Jake Tapper, or if I was that fuck who runs CNN, who ran NBC while Harvey Weinstein was fucking everybody and raping everyone, I would come out completely against China and just article after article, report after report, be on national television all the time, because this is millions of people that are being. I mean, it's when I saw that drone footage of them all of them shaved heads sitting down on their knees, and I mean,
oh, it's terrible.
It is. I mean, imagine your uncle was living in China and he's a Muslim. Yeah. Imagine my dad was living in China and he's a Muslim. That's how I'm viewing this thing.
Yeah, it's relatable.
And watching them simp for China is just,
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Reading some Habibi comments here. Wonder Kimmy, Simping for the Nation is a good band name. Actually, yeah,
It
it's
really is.
pretty good. Let's see. Boris Faraj, have the New York Times even mentioned Uyghurs yet? I think they have, but never to the extent in which it's something that is used to talk about human rights. I remember, and I think actually the Wall Street Journal originally reported on it when John Bolton's book was coming out. The excerpt about President Trump discussing allegedly through a translator about these re-education camps with President Xi, essentially saying that
100%.
Essentially 100% saying that Trump knew that there were re-education camps set up in China, in Xinjiang, that there were over 1 million Uyghur Muslims who are being detained there, as well as other political dissidents. And he just was like, yeah, build them. But that probably was highlighted in the New York Times because they wanted to use it as a tool to dunk on Trump, which we actually don't know if that 100% happened.
Essentially,
we don't know because no one decided to do any fucking follow-up.
Right.
Like they didn't flesh the story out. It was just like John Bolton wrote it in his book, therefore it must be true. Like we actually don't know if that was actually true. It drives me nuts.
It really does. And you have people like Acosta, like Brian Stelter, and all these fucks. Think like when you had that BBC report with the consulate of China, and he was interviewing him, and he shown that drone footage.
Mm-hmm.
Like Acosta actually believes he's on the same level as that journalist. That he's combating some sort of fucking evil in the United States.
Yeah.
That is happening right now. Like this is the type of when I'm thinking about it, how journalists are completely full of shit. They are.
I mean, we are.
Say 100%.
I have to think.
No. You're not full of shit.
No,
You're full. I
know I am because I have to take like I have to take like 4 shits in the morning. That's how much I know. That's how I know I'm so full of shit. Mickey White chiming in. This is what the Nazis did, for fuck's sake. It's very, very true, and it's very sad that nobody. We saw that BBC interview. That one journalist who actually did a very good job pressing the Chinese ambassador to the UK about that drone footage of the train platforms where you saw hundreds of men, women. I don't know actually if there were any men. You couldn't actually tell if there were any women because every prisoner on there had their head shaved. Yeah, and they were blindfolded and bound up on their knees, and so. Yeah, it's a terrible situation, and
we're watching it.
The journalist did a really good job pressing him, but of course, like the ambassador just deflected. Is like, this could have been fake. This could have been doctored. You don't know where this footage came from.
Yeah, it's so disgusting.
Yeah,
it's so disgusting, and you have no other report coming on it.
Yeah.
Like
the other thing, and Patrick Talbot brings this up, the NBA ran camps where kids were abused in China to get more Chinese basketball players. That is something we talked about last week. There's a huge bombshell, and we haven't seen any follow-up. There is a podcast I was going to listen to before this. I didn't have a chance to. But Bomani Jones of ESPN, who he's a pretty big lib. But actually, I was told by a friend that he addresses the China situation, and I'm hopeful it's actually good. I'll report back and let you know how it is, because anytime any sports commentator decides to discuss China, usually they're breaking some level of protocol because, like. The NBA trying to keep a lid on their NBA camps in China. I can imagine there's probably like a gag order at some of these sports publications to not talk about China. Could totally see it.
Yeah. And seeing that the Washington Post and the New York Times aren't reporting on it, it gives the game away.
Yeah.
It gives it the fuck away. Maggie, Dave, like all these people who are prominent journalists within Washington Post, within New York Times, they do not give a shit about human rights violations. They don't care about being actually there for the people that matter.
Yeah.
They don't. They only care about the retweets. They only care about making sure that the book gets published. They only care about them fucking selves. And it is disgusting.
Yeah.
And that is what journalism is.
Yeah.
It is political activism at its finest. I was naive as fuck, because when I came here from the UAE, I honestly thought that like there was a independent agency who would, like, an ethics committee for journalism here in the United States, but there isn't. There isn't. And
that's what the list is. The list is the ethics committee of journalism.
Exactly right. If journalism, of celebrities, of fucking politicians, all of that. That's what the list is. But to think that there is nothing on here, like Sean Hannity interviewing Trump, it's disgusting. That's not.
Oh yeah, I love.
But it's
my favorite, those are my favorite interviews, because he always, Sean Hannity always comes in. He's just be like, President Trump, you're awesome. Please explain.
That's exactly what it is. But the funny thing is, then you have Joy Reid, and then you have Chris Hayes, and then you have Maddow, and then you have fucking Stalter, and then you have all these people who are not. This is not what journalism is. I honestly think there should be an ethics committee for journalism, because right now, journalism isn't what they want you to believe it is. It's not. It's political activism. And Brian Stelter in his fucking newsletter is prime example of that shit.
We're gonna
prime fucking example.
I was gonna talk about this earlier, just because it's we after we did our show yesterday, I'm sorry, not yesterday, last week, literally the next morning, Herman Cain died.
Right.
And like and he died from coronavirus, and he was in the hospital for a month, and he likely got it at this Tulsa rally that Trump had. And everybody was just fucking dunking on him. But the worst part about it was that then you had, on the same day, you had John Lewis's funeral. You had Obama, you had George W. Bush, you had Bill Clinton, all giving eulogies. A lot of them using politics, and I don't really give a shit if they politicized John Lewis's funeral, because that John Lewis is a political figure. Right. I think he wanted that. But it was all of a sudden, in terms of the whole coronavirus deal, all of a sudden it was okay to go to church. And but here, and the reason why I bring this up is because, as you talk about Brian Stelter and people like them, this dude comes out with a tweet and just drives another media cycle about how Fox News viewers tuned out of the John Lewis funeral, and Jennifer Rubin piled on it. Yeah, Brian Stelter and Jennifer Rubin piled onto it, insinuating that basically all Fox News viewers are racist.
While you have all these not even left viewers, but journalists, blue check journalists, dunking on Herman Cain, and not even giving a shit about all the things that he came up to be. I mean, Herman Cain is a success story of what America is. Yeah, just like John Lewis. Yeah, like it's 100% just like essentially. I don't have any more whiskey to drink.
Yeah, you want to get some whiskey? I'll read some comments so you get some whiskey.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I have no more whiskey.
You don't have enough sauce?
No, I have Ooh.
Shut the fuck up and go get it. I'm going to read some comments. Carlos
All right.
chimes in here saying China, through their forced abortions of Uyghur program, shows their support of women's reproductive rights. WAPO probably. So, Sarah Jacobs, hatred is a China virus too. Danielle C with a question. Why is the media unwilling to report on this properly? I know they suck generally, but what narrative does this help them with? That's a very good question, Danielle. And I honestly think, I think that it's hard for people to actually, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to talk about this right now. We're going to save this to the end of the show, but there was a MSNBC journalist. She, I believe, was a producer. She quit her job this week, like a day or two ago, essentially saying that
100%.
Essentially 100% saying she wrote this open letter saying that that the news networks are a cancer and that they stoke division deliberately and they block diversity of thought and amplify fringe voices for the sake of ratings. And this is the root reason why this doesn't get covered properly. When things are going to shit, it is no longer the media's job to cover things fairly. It is now become the media's job to stoke the flames of division. So more discord, because the more people that watch the news because they're concerned, like they're concern trolling. They are trying to get people to watch their networks. When things are going well, people don't tune in. If you look at during the Obama years, I think the ratings for MSNBC and CNN were in the gutter because people, when you're winning, you don't care. When you're losing or you are in the opposition or in the minority, you're angry. And when you look at, say, people like Sean Hannity of Fox during the Obama years, he was fucking pissed night after night about what Obama was doing to the country, whether you believed it or not. I mean, he was an opinionated commentator, an opinion host, but he was driving a fucking news show that was thirsty for ratings, getting millions of dollars in ad revenue. And it was to the point where it was just so, like, night after night, it got tiresome. But then you would expect that rhetoric to sort of fizzle out during the Trump years. Wrong again. Sean Hannity found a way to continue to be mad. And it was all about people trying to take out President Trump. So how do you do it? It's constant anger all the time. It's no longer about reporting what's fair or what's true. It's simply about driving a narrative and trying to make sure that things stay as chaotic as possible so that people will watch your shit or read your shit
or tune into your network in general.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. And that's why you have people like Maddow and Hayes and Hannity and Tucker and all these kind of things. Like, this isn't journalism anymore. Cable news has a need to keep up with online, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. That's why you have a dedicated fucking New York Times reporter on what's the top 10 shared stories on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like what's your grandma what is your grandma looking at Facebook? And they have a dedicated person on that. They don't care about truth. Journalism doesn't give a fuck about truth. They care about money and they care about what politics they want to push. That's why you look, CNN, their anchors, they are not journalists. Don Lemon, Chris Cuomo, fucking the blonde chicks, none of these people are fucking real journalists. At least on Fox News, you have like someone like Brett Breyer, and you have
I mean, like, there are a few journalists on TV or news network anchors who actually do like a good job. Like, I think Brett Baer does a good job. And
Wallace does a good job.
Chris Wallace does a good job. I mean, like,
to an extent, does a good job.
Yeah, I think Jake Tapper used to do a pretty good job. I think if you never read Jake Tapper's Twitter, you probably would think your impression of him probably would stay relatively positive. I honestly think that Twitter has ruined the reputation of most journalists just because that is the venue in which they can sort of just express their views with no filter, and they don't have essentially an editor.
100%.
100%.
And they don't. And hold on.
Let me get
drinking
mine.
some sake right now. And they don't. And the thing is, they want to pretend that they are unbiased and that they are like giving you the neutral perspective on things. And you have Brian Stelter. Look, the reason why I keep on bringing Brian Stelter up is because people like to think that not just people, but him himself, he likes to think that he's an objective journalist. He's not. He's a shit-faced motherfucker.
Say it. Go off, King. Go off, King.
I swear to God, I will punch him in the face. I don't give a fuck. I will punch him in the face and make sure everybody knows what a piece of pussy fucking piece of shit this motherfucker is. Like him and Darcy, they don't give a fuck about objective journalism. That's why you never see anything about MSNBC gaffes on their newsletter. All you see is Fox. Yeah. And the reason why that is because they think they're important enough to try and drag down Fox and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And
so I just want to bring.
I just want to punch him.
Yeah. I want to bring this up. LB, aka Caroline Court, chime in. Siraj, are you doing the NCAA bracket of people Trump broke? Yes, I am. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna put every motherfucker whose brain has broken, left or right, doesn't matter. The bracket comes for all. The bracket's gonna come on Jay's face first, but it's gonna come for all.
Do it, baby.
So before I go get Ern, I'm gonna go pee and then go get Ern. So
hopefully we can hear it.
Yeah, I was actually going to. I'm gonna open the door and turn the mic around so that hopefully you can hear it, and then hopefully in the editing section, you guys can I don't know. Yeah. So use this time wisely because it's gonna be a couple minutes for me because I got a lot of pee stored up in the balls.
Go for it. I'll start answering some Habibi questions.
All right.
Go for it. Close your bathroom door. Honestly, I didn't think of that. I didn't do that. I should have. And everybody thinks I didn't wash my hands. Hey, LB, I washed my fucking hands. You know I did. Oh, man, I left my AK over in Tripoli in Lebanon. I'm doing okay. I'm not even going to try to say your username. Fuzzy, look, the reason why I'm 5'4" is because I can stand and lick your mother's ass at the same fucking time. Just the way she likes it. Rob, we miss you on Twitter and we wish you were there. Honestly, and the same thing goes for Bruce. we can hear the flush, so that's what's good. LB, if you're gonna believe my lib mother over me, I swear to God, I am not going to send you another dick pic. Habibi Gun, I identify more as a centrist than I do as conservative or anything else. The reason being is because most of Conservatism on religion is not me because I'm an atheist, but fiscal conservatism and also constitutional conservatism is me, and I am more into not allowing bigger government to exist, because the more that they exist, the more rights are taken away from you. So, for example, if government never existed in marriage, if they never existed in, who you can and cannot love, all these different kind of things, conservatives, or especially religious conservatives, get into. I'm not there. Boris asking if it was Stelter or Kiyomo in the face with a 10-foot run up, who would it be that would hit? It would be Stelter, 100%. Carlos, suck my dick.
Here he is, Earn in all his glory. I'm gonna pull this computer up so y'all can see him. All right.
Look at that thick boy.
Thick boy. Hey, bud. He was resting upstairs. Yeah. LB, sexy boy time. There is a possibility that Earn gets the cover of People's Sexiest Man Alive.
Right.
Yeah. So I can see it happen, right?
No, 100%.
Yeah. By the way, the fact that I was denied. So Trump's campaign released a list of moderators, of journalists that they want to moderate the presidential debates, and the fact that they didn't even include Ernie, this Chihuahua phobia, because they didn't want to debate Ernie, who's running for president, and the fact they didn't include me, literally anti-Semitic Islamophobia. RDK chiming in here. Siraj, we didn't hear you wash your hands. I did, with both my urine and then water and more urine.
No wonder why. No wonder why.
No wonder the shirt. Yeah. No wonder why the shirt is yellow. Here, Ernie. Oh, come on. Ernie.
And no wonder why Ernie likes to lick your hand.
Yeah. That's where the salt comes from. So, what is it, buddy? What is it? So, you guys saw my shorts, right?
No, I didn't see them. What were they? I'm sorry. I'm drinking too much. What were they? Oh. With the cross-leg, hairy legs.
Yeah. We're just gonna leave it like that, and Ernie's just gonna sit mad awkwardly.
He's ready to get the fuck off of you.
Ernie, come on. Why don't you have a seat, buddy? Come on. Get your ass out of my face and put it in Jay's. Christian Velasquez asks, is Ben Shapiro reasonable? I don't know about Ben Shapiro. I assume he's an okay guy. Ben Shapiro, on the other hand, I mean, I feel like everybody likes him because he just talks really fast.
Right. And the only person he's taller than is me.
What? Because you're what, 4'8"?
No, 5'4", you piece of shit.
Ernie, you want to get down? Okay, I'll let him down for now.
Yeah, no, look at him. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's ready to go. I'll give him a treat real quick, and then he's gonna want to. Oh, he's got a. I don't want to show the Habibis because it's rather graphic, but he really likes humping stuffed animals, like almost too much. Here, I'm just gonna open the door so he has access to hump another animal. Just give me 1 second.
Go for it. Do it. And I'll try to answer any questions. And Habibi Gun, yes, I am not. I was born Muslim, raised Muslim, but I am not a Muslim.
All right, so just bear with me. I'm just filling this bowl for Ernie of water. I got a little treat for him here.
Right.
Let's see if you guys can see him. No, can you not see
I
him?
like how you said a little treat for him and then show us your dick.
God. There he is. Can you all see him?
Hey!
Yay. All right, Ernie, sit. Come on, don't move.
President. No, he wants to get back on your lap. Look at him. He's looking. He's like, hey, did you put peanut butter on your balls like last time? He's looking at him. Look at him.
You guys are witnessing. Ernie, wave bye.
Oh, shit.
All right, you thirsty? All right, let him finish chewing. There you go. All right.
Give it to him.
Yeah, there we go. He's a really thirsty boy.
Yeah, you can hear it.
I'm just hope he doesn't throw up a bunch of water.
Right.
Let me see if can the mic pick him up.
No, we already can hear him.
Oh, you can? I can't read the comments right here because it's just like it's such a bad angle.
Ernie fans, like people are saying that he need.
Shut
Can
up.
you hear?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
What is it, buddy?
Oh man.
What a buddy. Get some more water. Okay. Man, we should just do the show angle like this from now on. Have him sit.
And just look at him. No.
Yeah. Oh, look,
That's
more
it.
water.
Are you gonna have everybody be like, oh my god, you're so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you. Be my caliphate. You can fuck me in the ass.
You okay, bud? Here. Make sure. You gotta like rub his nose to make sure that he if he's sneezing. You okay, bud? You okay? You're thirsty. He was hanging out.
Yeah, he's put his nose deep in that water.
Yeah. You know what else goes deep in that water?
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I need to get a dog. That's what I need to do. I need to get a puppy.
Do you want Ernie? Because Ernie probably wants to go to you anyways. You good? You want your bed? Come here. So I have this bed for him. He never lays in it. Come on, bud. Let's go. Come on. It's like I got to get another treat for him. Come on. Let's go. He's probably going to want to go piss.
Right.
And then I'll have to bring the mic with me so you guys can all hear him pee.
You know, there's people lining up to hear him pee.
Yeah, they're just like OnlyFans account. I just want to hear Ernie piss.
Right. And Robert, it's a 9mm, not a 45. My Glock is a 9mm.
Yeah.
But I have a
What?
shotgun.
Were you showing off your gun?
No. Well, I was to Robert. I sent him a couple DMs.
Oh hell yeah!
And Simply Wonderful. That puppy was not mine. It's his name is Biscuit, and we take care of him sometimes over the weekends.
Is it whose dog is it?
It's a friend of ours.
Oh, okay.
She's a nurse.
Mr. Justin Poland says we all know Ernie washes his hands. Actually, yeah, he does. He does a better job of washing his hands than Jay and I do combined. Oh fuck!
Right.
Sorry, I'm a little burpy tonight. Probably because I just had so much dick. Okay. If Ernie decides he wants to come back, we'll certainly welcome him back. But he's decided to go off on his own and do some some of his shit. Anyways, back to simping for China, because this was just all so weird, was that TikTok was nearly banned last week. And here's what happened. So Trump said on Friday that TikTok was going to get banned because every intelligence agency, national security agency, essentially said it was a national security threat.
100%.
It was 100% a security threat because
and not just from America.
Yeah, because TikTok, which is owned by ByteDance, it is a company in China, corporation. Here, Ernie, running back in here. It basically is run by the Chinese Communist Party, and all they do is spy on Americans using their data, and so Jay uses it all the fucking time and doesn't, as much as I deleted TikTok from my phone, yet Jay still has it. What the fuck?
Well, it's so I can send you and BB and all these fucks some really good memes. That's why I still have it.
Well,
but the thing is it's true that it's a fucking spying app for the Chinese government. And you have this Taylor fuck in the New York Times being praised as some fucking legitimate journalist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing that they got rid of Barry Weiss for some bitch like Terry Lawrence. And it's funny because I remember whatever the fuck her name is. It's funny because I remember dunking on her like maybe 5 accounts ago or some shit where she was complaining about her avocado toast, and you can totally
she got like $23 avocado toast.
Yes, and when it came in, it was totally fucked up, and she was complaining about it, and she's like, "I paid $22 for this shit," and she is the fucking embodiment of what is completely wrong with journalism. And she was trying to be happy about or be so proud about the headline that TikTok influencers are big mad.
Big mad.
It's like, suck a dick, you fucking bitch. You are nothing. You are a fucking joke.
I also can't stand the fact that her entire beat is covering these teenagers on TikTok.
Right.
And it's so gross to the point where you're reporting on teenagers who aren't even old enough to vote and probably don't even have their parental consent to even talk to you. Yet here you are, spilling the beans on Claudia Conway, the daughter of George and Kellyanne Conway.
Thinking that's legitimate journalism.
Yeah. It's just, it's absolutely insane. And she's just there's that, there's that side-by-side dog meme, the big, strong, muscular dog. And then the lame dog on the right. You've seen that? It's this for journalists is I'm going to cover this organized crime, ring or this racketeering ring on the front lines. And then today's journalism is oh, Cardi B wore a new dress. It's that it's literally that people don't give there's so much bullshit that we don't care about that's driving news cycles when real actual shit is happening in the world. And TikTok is not one of those things where they're stirring up drama on TikTok. Who gives a fuck what these kids are thinking or saying? They're kids.
Exactly. Nobody gives a flying fuck about it. And then you have this Tory Lawrence, like she's some heartbeat of what America is thinking, and she needs to be the like they got rid of Barry Weiss for this bitch, and it is just insane to me. It's fucking insane to me. It's so insane that people are simping for this bitch. That they think that this bitch is some kind of like future of journalism and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like not, and if you read any of her shit, it's horrible.
But Steve chimes in here, but dude, Cardi B did wear a new dress. Oh my god. Okay, before I forget, what's the rundown? I have like all these different devices and I can't check them because I got Ernie on my lap, which I'm not complaining. I'm just saying he's sitting in my lap and now I gotta pull up the phone, see what's the next topic. So this other piece of shit story about TikTok that was so dumb was how this was in Vogue by Stuart Emmerich, who got onto the list for writing this article about how Sarah Cooper, this comedian, who has been making these videos of lip syncing Trump, is the reason why Trump was considering banning TikTok. Which, if you like, I doubt Trump has ever heard or even knows who this person is.
Right.
Let alone gives a shit.
They don't. He doesn't. He doesn't.
But
give a
yeah,
fuck.
but like he was insinuating that she might be the reason that TikTok is going to be banned. Like, and everybody was just fucking rolling with it. Which, by the way, if you've ever watched Sarah Cooper's videos, like the first time it's funny, like she has like kind of weird expressions.
She has a bit, yeah.
It's a bit, and it works well for her, and more power to her. She's got like a big following because of it, but like she's not funny. Like she didn't blow up in comedy before this. Like this is what helped her get a launching pad. And anyone who's going to listen to her stand up will probably be sorely disappointed because if she were funny, she probably would have been famous before this.
Right. Nobody knew who the fuck she was until then. And most people still don't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about it. And then Vogue comes out and be like, oh, I think TikTok is getting banned because Trump has hurt over this Sarah, whatever the fuck her name is.
Also, just one more thing, and this
I need to go pee. It's
okay. All right. Oh, it's your turn. Okay. Just another aspect about the TikTok ban was that the left was melting down and whining about how TikTok was being banned before assault rifles were still. Did he close the door? I don't know if he closed the door. I can't hear him. I can't hear him pee. Anyways, just kind of finishing off that story. The libs were complaining about how assault rifles are still legal and TikTok was getting banned. It ended up turning out that Trump was just going to allow Microsoft to try to buy TikTok from ByteDance. But as who was saying, Steve R saying Sarah Cooper will fizzle out without Trump. That is absolutely true. I was going to say that, but you beat me to it. And let's see. Oh, yeah, David Hogg. He was one of those people saying TikTok bad. Trump says TikTok bad. Well, actually, Boris Raj, Ern is going at Siraj's hand like Joe Biden at a 12-year-old girl's birthday party. Oh, my God. Wait, their kid, Jeffrey Epstein's last words. Carlos. Wonder Kimmy. Wait, their kids. Bill Clinton from Wonder Kimmy. Let's see. Are we going to talk? Thomas chimes in. Are we going to talk about how the New York Times Union called for more representation? Oh, we did that kind of slipped through the cracks, but we could talk about it a little bit. What did they ask for? Like 24%. They wanted to have the workforce at the New York Times represent the the great, like the demographics of New York. So people were celebrating how like 4 or 6% of or was it 8% of the
8%.
New York Times was going to be made up of Orthodox Hasidic Jews.
I mean, it's so mind-boggling to me that this is where they want to be. I mean, they pretend like they are the people who are trying to preserve the thoughts of Martin Luther King when they come and they say that they want to be representative of the percentage of race. So it doesn't matter if this person is good or not. They want the percentage of race to be there. So they want to hire people based on race.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's just one of those things where, like, are you trying to hire people who are good at their jobs, regardless of what their makeup, the race, religion, sexual orientation, sexual preference are? Or are you like, do you want a shit newspaper because you're more concerned about diversity? Like, diversity is important. I'm not saying it isn't. Obviously, I'm the only Muslim at the Washington Examiner. That's providing enough diversity right there. And why is Yasher texting us? Yasher saying Siraj is wearing super tight gray shorts and bright red sneakers on Habibi Power Hour. What the fuck, Yasher? Yashar. Yashar. No, these shorts are tapered. Okay, they're Jake tapered. Jake tapered, and they fit well, and they're not skin tight, but they tend to like get a little bit slimmer towards the knees. Hence why everybody thinks they're skin tight. So, sorry, we got way off topic.
You got those thick thighs. No, but what you were saying is it's totally legit. And they want to ruin what it is to actually have merit of character.
Mm-hmm.
And that is ruined by thinking that it's more important to have representation of skin color because they want you to believe that white people and brown people and black people are different. They are inherently different.
Yeah.
It's not the culture you're brought up on. Because
it is important to get like that different cultural perspective and different experiences throughout.
For sure.
But if you're like, if it comes between, getting someone who is like, if you should always get the best candidate for the job, it shouldn't matter what that person's makeup is. But I guess, I mean, like, maybe.
No, it shouldn't. And the idea of it is like saying that Egyptians are the same as Lebanese.
Yeah, like I would be insulted. I would be insulted if I was hired explicitly because of my religion. You get what I'm saying? Like that. Like it's not about my talents and what I bring. It is exclusively to fill a diversity quota. And that shit's insulting. Like, I wouldn't want to be hired for that reason. Like, please hire the best person, not because of their makeup. And what is Carlos chiming in about? I'm seeing, oh, God. They tried that once. So it was called 9/11.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, and it was a relation to this. Okay, so LB says, imagine if airlines were like, screw standards and experience. Let's diversify our pilots. And Carlos says they tried that once. It was called 9/11.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so good though. It's such a good one.
Oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God. Another text from Yashar saying, oh my God, someone said they see your balls. Oh my God.
No, but RDK made a good point. He's asking, so is the New York Times board going to staff 20% right-leaning journalists? And they're not. That's not going to happen. Nope. I mean,
because it's all about diversity of they. Oh, Ryan Long, the comedian who did that that woke and racist video. You know that how they agree that they were like best friends and on everything.
Right.
He did a video I think this week of how he just had a diversity quota as well, but he was hiring all people who just thought the same as he did. I'll have to find it. I'll tweet it out again because it was actually really good. Wasn't as good as his woke and racist one, but yes, they'll never hire right-leaning journalists. I mean,
it's not going to happen. If they got rid of Barry Weiss, for example, for being too right-leaning because of her views on Israel, like, man, it's just sickening to me that they can come up with an excuse like they feel unsafe over op-eds, or they feel unsafe because of the presence of some person, and then that's what's going to happen. What people have to understand is that journalism is not here to give you.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing. LB is like LMAO. That was me who texted Yashar about your balls. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh, Janice chiming in here. I keep thinking Jay is saying Barry White.
I say Barry. Isn't her name Barry Weiss?
It's Barry Weiss.
What the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Barry Weiss.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I fuck up everyone's name.
I know you do. How are we doing, by the way? I know we're like an hour and a half in, and like my iPad's it's actually starting to hasn't completely crapped out on me, but it's getting close. Let's see. What else did I know we took some questions on that. There's a bunch of other shit. The teachers unions now, because we were on the subject of the New York Times unions, the New York teachers unions, they're making some crazy ass demands about how like oh shit, I had the story up. Let me pull it up right now.
Right, but it's not just the New York teachers union.
It's a bunch of teachers unions.
Right. And most of it was they don't want to show up for schoolrooms, and then they don't want to show up. They want to limit their hours on virtual things, and then they have a bunch of demands. And the funny thing is, when I see this, like they have political demands with your children, they're using them as human shields, just like Hamas would, or Hezbollah, or any fucking terrorist organization would. And that's how you should treat them when they come up with shit like this.
I don't know where I had the article in front of me because it was like stuff like, you know, like the Green New Deal where they wanted to like, you know, eliminate rent, or they wanted to. It's just like stuff like that where you're just like, this is a political takeover. This has nothing to do with schools. It's just
right.
Sorry, I got a bunch of Ernie hair in my mouth.
No, Ernie hair or my cum still.
That never left. I keep I keep a vial of it, like, you know, like a cyanide pill, and I let a little bit out, eat every few minutes, just because just love the taste so much.
Right.
A couple quick election news, just because one of the crazy things. So we had a few races on Tuesday. Rashida Tlaib won her primary. Chris Kobach lost his primary. I don't really give a fuck about that because like these are primaries. No one gives a shit. But the big thing, the new push from some of the mainstream outlets is that they want to scrap the presidential debates. Now, we talked a little earlier about how the Trump campaign wanted to have all these different journalists essentially moderate them.
100%.
100%. Let's drink. And there's this article from Elizabeth Drew in the New York Times saying, let's scrap the presidential debates, with the subheadline saying they've become unrevealing quip contests. Like, first of all, go fuck yourself. Like, seriously, like, you want to protect Biden that much, you're willing to just say, let's do away with this institution when you've been. I'm not saying this particular writer has been, but when it comes to how when the left and just liberals in general, or just Trump critics, the resistance, let's just say the resistance, one of their key arguments is that Trump has been eroding all these institutions. Like the presidential debates, they realized, they must have watched that. Did you ever watch that Shane Gillis stand-up where Trump, he was talking about how Trump never lost a debate. He's never said like a fact.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Rand Paul would be bringing up, be like, you could, throw all this stuff at him and he would just say no. And like, no one would have prepared for that. He just comes in. Yeah. Just comes in saying Rand Paul is ugly. And everybody's just like, oh shit.
Oh shit. Wow. And the funny thing about this is, Brian Stelter from CNN was like,
wait, where is he?
Oh.
Where is he from? I didn't realize he was from CNN.
No, he's from you know when you have a hard time taking a shit, that's where Brian Stelter is from. And this piece of bitch fuck was like, even people on CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, like all of these left-leaning fucking places were like, you know what, scraps the debates. Biden doesn't need to do debate. Let's not do debates. All this kind of stuff. He was like, oh, this is a right-wing media fucking narrative trying to be pushed. And it's like, nobody in right-wing media was pushing this. They're just commenting on the fact that left-wing people and left-wing journalists and left-wing media is saying this shit. And he wants to pretend like he's like, oh, no, this is a right-wing thing and nobody in left-wing. And then you throw it in his face and he's like, let's not talk about these lefties. Let's talk about these righties. Oh, shit.
Ernie, what is it, bud?
All I'm trying to say before you get Ernie is that Brian Stelter is a piece of fucking shit. Everybody at CNN is a piece of shit. Everyone at Fox is a piece of shit, except for, a couple of these other people like Chris Wallace and Brett Baer and all this kind of stuff. But journalism in itself is a cancer on society. They don't give a fuck about giving you the truth. They give a fuck about your clicks. And that is why Brian Stelter is the way he is.
Yeah.
A big fat clown fucking asshole. My asshole gets red off of fucking Taco Bell and just eating a bunch of fire sauce. And that itself, when I shit that out, that still doesn't give you what Brian Stelter is.
That sounds about right. Ernie looks like he wants to go upstairs. Probably wants to go take a piss. So I'm going to let him out. Habibis, you go ahead and ask some questions. And when I get back, we'll finish up the show. Okay?
I love you, Ern.
Love you.
Yeah. Brian Stelter is a piece of shit. As LB is saying, I'm going off on this motherfucker because he is the reason why journalism has a bad taste on a lot of people's fucking thoughts. He likes to pretend that he is giving you something that is so truthful, that is so unique, that is so all of this kind of stuff. And it is self-righteous bullshit that wants me to punch him in the face. It's the same way I feel about Stelter. I feel about like Sean Hannity. The same way I feel about Hayes or Maddow or any of these people who are giving you opinion journalism and are in this fucking 24-hour program of cable news, and it's a cancer, and it's just here to divide you as much as possible.
Okay, sorry about that, Habibis. Let's see. Ernie didn't want to go potty. He just wanted a cookie, so I just gave him one. But yeah, then what were you talking about? What did I interrupt you?
I was just no, you're fine. I was going off on Brian Stelter and then off of Hannity and all these how opinion journalism has hijacked cable news and are pretending to be real journalism. And it's a cancer on society. It's just here to divide you.
Yeah. Real quick, because I want to cover some of the absolute bizarro brainfuck stories of the week on Twitter that I feel like hasn't gotten enough attention. So let me go ahead and just share me screen real quick. Because someone brought this up earlier and hope you all can... So Ryan Cooper here, I don't know. Oh, he's a national correspondent for The Week, and that's a lefty publication. He posts this Wall Street Journal article saying pickup trucks are getting huge. Got a problem with that? And his commentary says, quote, sales of mega pickups, which have basically been deliberately designed to intimidate and kill pedestrians, are booming. What the actual fuck?
This guy is a fucking moron. He's not all there. He's stupid as fuck. These are the same. It's so stupid, and you can see he has it's ratioed as fuck because he's so stupid. Like,
it's just such a bad. Oh my god!
What do you want to say to this?
I'm trying to remember where I put him on the list because I had it here. Oh, he got number 4 on the list. He could have been number 1, but I thought in terms of the actual the effort by President Trump this past week earned him the number 1 spot because he had the mail-in voting. He retweeted Stella really well. It's just I don't think anybody could top him. Although I've seen a few guys try to.
Right? No, you wouldn't be able to. You really wouldn't. I mean, but this is a contender for sure, and being on top 5 is exactly where it should be.
Yeah. But we were talking about journalism and how it's all fucking gone to shit. Everyone and their mother was they were praising. Here, let me stop the screen share. I want to share this latest, the newest meme that's been born. Stand by, Habibis.
Take a look at some of these charts.
I'd love to.
We're going to look.
Let's look.
And if you look at death,
started to go up again.
One. Well, right here, the United States is lowest in numerous categories. We're lower than the world.
Lower than the world?
Lower than
what is that?
Europe.
In what?
Look.
In what?
Take a look. Right here. Here's case death.
Oh, you're doing death as a proportion of cases. I'm talking about death as a proportion of population. That's where the US is really bad.
Well,
much worse than South Korea, Germany, etc.
You can't do that. You have
Why
to go,
can't I do that?
You have to go by where. Look, here is the United States. You have to go by the cases. The cases.
Why not as a proportion of population?
When we have somebody. What it says is when you have somebody that has where there's a case.
Oh, okay.
The people that live from those cases.
It's surely a relevant statistic to say if the US has X population and X percentage of death of that population versus South Korea.
You have to go by the cases.
Well, look at South Korea, for example. 51 million population, 300 deaths. It's like it's crazy.
You don't know that.
I do. It's on. You don't know that. You think they're faking their statistics? South Korea,
I won't get into that because I have a very good relationship with the country. But you don't know.
Just every single reaction shot by Jonathan Swan, just
it's
absolutely
like,
perfect. I mean, look, I watched the whole interview before we did this episode. It seemed pretty combative. I thought, I don't know what it is. The Aussie accent is it's hypnotizing to me. I don't know why.
No, it is. It can be. And to be fair, like he was fair in the beginning of it, and he was fair going through it and everything. But a lot of his reactions to things were way off of what journalism in my aspect of things should be, because I know for a fact he wouldn't act like this with Biden. And people like to bring up Jake Tapper. People like to bring up all this kind of stuff. Then where the fuck is Biden with these interviews? Why isn't he coming up with these?
I don't know.
And he's like, oh, you have to do it with the percentage of population and stuff. Then why aren't they doing that with New York compared to Florida?
Yeah, I mean, he did mention Florida. I mean, Trump mentioned Florida, that cases and deaths were going way down per day, and then that's like the end of that clip.
Right.
But
you don't see that. You know what I mean? You see his.
I mean, I cut down just for the purpose of this live stream. So I guess I'm fake news, right?
No, you're not fake news. What I'm saying is that like a lot of people on Twitter and stuff like that were just showcasing that aspect. So when Trump brought up Florida, that's not major news. That's not what people are trying to showcase.
Yeah.
What they're trying to showcase is that, oh, Jonathan Swan dunked on Trump.
I think Jonathan Swan is actually pretty fair. Of like all the journalists today who have become like resistance journalists, like we have yet to see how well this pans out for him, because he doesn't really go to these White House press briefings at all. Like he doesn't have those confrontations with President Trump on national TV. He creates these. He reports on the Trump administration and the White House, and he, gets fed information, whether through the president or through other advisors, and I guess reports them however. I mean, he doesn't really get much criticism. In fact, he doesn't get much criticism from the right. He actually gets more criticism from the left, because the last time he did an interview with Trump, he was talking about Trump getting rid of birthplace citizenship, not going through Congress, or trying to pass a constitutional amendment. And I would say that if this all goes to Jonathan Swan's head and he becomes a resistance journalist, then we'll just know that there was a reason why he got this, why he conducted this interview this way, because resistance money is vast. There is just so much money in hating Trump. It is unreal. And you see a bunch of journalists start, putting out books, they're getting TV deals, and like, I wish I could be getting that money, because people think that just because I'm on TV, I'm getting money. Like, no, I'm not.
I can use that money.
Yeah, I mean, once we get the Habibi Bros a little bit more, gravitas, and once the longer it goes on, I'm sure it'll get better. But like, this is just, it's some journalists who decide they want to cash in. They go full on activists, and I think that's why you've seen the state and integrity of journalism sort of go down the shitter as a result. One more thing, because I want to make sure I point out this, because this was just fucking crazy. And this is a deleted tweet. I'm about to share it right now as I'm pulling it up. All right, let me share this fucking screen. So are you guys familiar with Rate My Skype Room?
I am.
Well, for the Habibis who are not, this guy, I think Claude Taylor, he rates people's Skype rooms based on, whatever lighting or setup they got. And he posts this photo of Anne Frank on the anniversary of her arrest by the Nazis, and deleted it within minutes. I think because Yashar actually pointed it out and screen grabbed him. I put him on the list. He's easy number one. Like, it's just so bad. Like, you don't want to like apply a lighthearted bit to a fucking, of all things, a Holocaust victim. Like, holy shit. So I actually find it funny that in light of that tweet, I started seeing a lot of journos point out how annoying and bad that Twitter account was, which actually, warmed my heart a little bit because, yeah, it is a bad account. All they do is watch CNN. All they do is watch MSNBC and CNN. And like, it's actually kind of creepy because it's run by this like older guy. And yeah, it's just all of it. All of it's bad.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
You don't have to rate these things. I understand like he's trying to be a room raider account and all this kind of stuff, like completely out of
like it was just it's such a tired bit.
Right. I mean, just stay on to Skype, relevant Skype things. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to rate my room, your room, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I haven't had my room rated once.
Well, I would give you a 10 out of 10, especially because of that urn right there in the corner, right there. Like,
God, it's my favorite. Let's see. Carlos. Weird, because the Nazis have a Twitter account called Room Raider. Okay, we're nearing the end of the night here, and I want to make sure we cover this one story because it is the nicest story, and that is Portland is now on protest day number 69. Nice. Also, I've marked this in my calendar because as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh shit, when will it be 69 days until the election? And I saw it's August 25th. So nobody tweet about it so I can get to it first.
Why'd you announce it?
Yeah, I know the Habibis are going to get to it. I know someone's going to get to it. I'm not going to be the first one to it, but I
like the fact that there's still riots going and people trying to burn shit down after the Feds withdrew. I was told that
it's ridiculous.
Withdrawing. Yeah, it is.
I was actually told that the violence in Portland would stop when Trump resigns.
Oh, God, these people want a threat. They want to be like, hey, we're not going to come beat your ass. Just vote Democrat.
Yeah. And there's some other stories that we wanted to cover, but I think honestly we got to the bulk of it, and I'm good with where we're at. So let's hear from some Habibis, and we'll take it out of here because I can't believe we're going 2 hours, 2 straight weeks.
I know, 2 weeks.
What is going on?
A lot of shit. That's what's going on, bro.
Yeah.
And we need to get our stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mueller is like, I remember when this show used to be 69 minutes long. No, but next week we actually we got a very special guest we're very excited to bring on. Hoping that they actually confirm with us and say, yeah, let's do it. So, I booked this out like a month ago. I don't know how often we plan on bringing guests. We thought about like doing once every other week. Which might be the case, just switch things up and talk about something different because I get bored of you, Jay, you fucking piece of shit.
I get bored of myself too. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I just got a text from my brother too. He's like, why are you keep on looking at your phone, bro? Just put iMessages on the computer and you don't have to look like you're looking at your phone, you fucking noob.
Steve, 10 out of 10 the shorts do it. Bro, 69 out of 69. Oh man, let's see what else we got. When will you and Jay finally get a room? That's from Nate Beebe. I don't know. Wait, me and Jay or Jay and someone else? I'm trying to figure out who that's directed to.
I think it's you and me, bro.
Yeah. Oh man, it'd be great if we were actually in the same city. We could do a podcast in person together. That'd be fun.
Oh shit, that would be too good.
Yeah. Steve R, how could you not talk about the court ass eating hack? Which one? Wait, is that the Twitter hacker? The Tampa teen? Was he talking about ass eating? Did we miss that? Let me find it.
So.
All right, let's find out. I'm looking it up on because
You're
the
gonna
Tampa
write
team.
ice eating on Google, and your wife's gonna be like, "What the fuck have you been doing in the basement, bro?" You're in the basement with Jay googling ass eating. What the fuck?
I'll just tell her that it was for her.
Just let her know I'm trying to keep her happy with you.
Yeah, just trying to switch things up. Let's see.
Siraj, who is your favorite soccer player?
Who said that?
Habibi Gun.
Where's Habibi Gun? Oh, my favorite soccer player at the moment.
Rashford.
For me, I really like Aubameyang. I do also. Even though he plays for Chelsea, I do like Christian Pulisic because he's the best American player we've had.
Rashford is a great player.
Rashford's a great player.
He's your favorite player.
He's not my favorite player. Go fuck yourself.
You're a piece of shit.
I am. But I like a lot of these young players on Arsenal. I think Martinez is great. Or was it Martinelli? God, I am blanking on the name. Bukayo Saka, he's another dope player. But yeah,
he's a great player.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. LB, can you give us a hint about next week's potential guest? The only hint I will give is that it's a she, and they work for a liberal publication.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. So it's going to be fun, and I think we're going to get some good convo out of it. And
like Fail, she's like, you should do a DC meetup one day when Jay's in town, and we did, and Siraj got to see how short I was at 5'4".
Hold up. So Boris Faraj chimes in here saying, the Twitter hackers court hearing got hacked with ass eating porn. So that's what actually. All right. So the Tampa Bay Times says before Graham Ivan Clark was arrested in last month's high-profile hack of Twitter, the 17-year-old was under investigation for a less conspicuous digital crime. SIM swapping is a scam where the cell phone provider is blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit about that. Where's the ass eating? Oh, okay. The July 15 Twitter hack of accounts like Barack Obama and Kim Kardashian gained national media attention, and so has Clark's arrest. That notoriety brought unwanted attention to Wednesday's virtual Zoom hearing, which was Zoom bombed. Provocateurs broke into the call to interrupt the proceedings, posing as CNN and BBC News. They repeatedly interrupted the meeting with rap music, movie dialogue, and shouting. And then the Hillsborough Circuit Judge Christopher Nash temporarily shut down the hearing after all of the participants' screens were taken over by pornography. Oh my God.
That's too good.
That's too good. That's so good. Now we gotta find that on Twitter so you can tweet about it.
Right.
Oh man. Lauren Bowley thinks it's Jennifer Rubin, our guest next week. And Mueller. Rachel Maddow confirmed. Danielle C. It's a person with a cervix.
Individual, please.
Nate BB says it's Barry Weiss. Max Goosen. Brian Stelter.
That is an individual with the cervix for sure.
Steve, Susan Rice. I could just tell you you're all wrong. So look, if it was Jennifer Rubin, I would be bursting with joy here. I wouldn't be able to contain it.
I'll be laughing too hard because I would go so fucking happy.
Oh no, I but honestly, so Caroline, everyone is going to have to be on their best behavior next week. You don't have to be on your best behavior, but I guess just don't don't harass them.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna pull
up.
up a comment if it's like harassing the person, but if you ask like questions or like make jokes, like I'm sure they'll have they have like thick enough skin, or they probably will they have a sense of humor. But
So that cancels out Brian Stelter.
That cancels out Brian Stelter. Nate Beebe says, "Is she Muslim?" Not yet.
Oh, you never know with the double team what could happen.
We'll get them. We'll get them eventually. So, let's see. Yeah, Wonder Kimmy says we'll just post 69 every time.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah, be 69. I want you guys to be 69. I want you guys to be very nice to our guest. LB says, so we can't ask if they're into ass licking.
I wouldn't mind if you did, because I would be like
that.
Well, are you into ass?
I mean, we still want to be ourselves, right? So
right.
I'm not going to say no.
LB, are you into ass licking?
Waiting
She's
for
not
her
gonna
response.
Answer. I doubt she'll answer if she's into ass eating.
Yeah. Billy Finn, Siraj, I'm going to ask so many good questions and make so many intellectual points next week. Good. So actually, we're past the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna. Oh my god! Oh, Fuzzy says I should bring on my doppelganger, Pedro Gonzalez. This dude went on Tucker Carlson tonight and wore a goddamn tan suit. I'm so mad. So, all right, Habibis.
Are you mad that he looked better? Well, he didn't.
What?
He did look better.
Actually, we're gonna go our halal and the haram segment. That was very haram.
100% haram. 100%.
100%.
He was trying
essentially 100% haram. So bad. All right, Habibis. I can't believe we gone 2 hours, 2 straight weeks. We definitely got to stop doing this. 69 minutes. We got to cap it off. I can't live like this.
I know you can. It's only 9:00 over here.
I know. I still have to eat dinner. It's now Thursday over here. Well, I had an early dinner. Shit. So.
Damn.
Carlos saying we're past the 2-hour mark. Something Siraj never hears otherwise.
Oh, shit.
All right, Habibis. Y'all been great. Habibis. Thank you for joining us for Habibi Power Hour. We'll see you next week.
Love you all.
Love y'all. Peace. Nessa Lama.